Police say this one is huge. $31,000 in cocaine, another $29,000 in high-grade marijuana, and more than $16,000 in cash.
The drug trade is blamed for a 28% jump in robberies in the last year, which is up more than 70% since the year 2000.
You see them in the streets, going from car to car. You see them standing on curbs with signs asking for cash. But it's the ones who approach people on sidewalks that business
Saturday,
owners
it was
want to
firebombed,
stop.
causing only minor damage, but inflicting serious fear in the 59-year-old owner, a community activist outspoken against drug dealers.
Where is the hope? I meet hundreds who tell me they feel demoralized by the decay in Baltimore. Where is the hope? The hope that each of us has is not in who governs us, or what laws are passed, or what great things we do as a city. The hope is in the power of God working through the hearts of people. And that's where our hope is in the city. That's where our hope is in life.
For 120 years, Helping Up Mission has been helping people up here in the city of Baltimore. In 1885, Pastor Abraham Bradenball left the comforts of his church and denomination to serve the homeless. Since that time, thousands and even tens of thousands of people have received the hope and the help they have needed to start a new life. Throughout the years, there have been many things that have changed. There have been changes in location, in buildings, in programs, in people's faces, and even vision. But one thing has never changed, and that is we believe that there is hope for every human being trapped in the darkness of drug addiction, alcoholism, poverty, and homelessness. And it's this hope that inspires us to this very day. We know that if people receive the right kind of help, they can have a changed life.
For most of its history, Helping Up Mission's primary focus has been on providing emergency overnight services. In the early 1990s, the leadership of Helping Up Mission felt that God was calling them to go deeper, to provide services that would help break the cycle of addiction and poverty. So the first steps were taken to form what is called today the Spiritual Recovery Program. This one-year residential program addresses the whole person, physical, psychological, social, and spiritual, and provides men with the tools and time necessary to achieve full and lasting recovery and become productive members of society.
Since 1995, the mission has experienced unprecedented growth in the number of men served, the quantity and quality of the services offered, and the support of the community. The Spiritual Recovery Program has gone from serving 30 men in a 6-month residential facility to serving over 210 men in a 12-month residential recovery program. In addition, we continue to offer emergency overnight services to another 50 men every night. The mission recently opened our 50-bed transitional housing facility called the House of Freedom. It provides graduates of our one-year program with an additional 24 months in a supportive, therapeutic community while they transition to independent living. This is also where our new and improved Innovative Learning Center is located, where men sharpen their skills in math, reading, and writing, and can get their GEDs.
My name is Corey McCraw. Blessed to be a member of the Spiritual Recovery Program here at Helping Up Mission. As a member of the program, I receive a work detail, and my work detail is here in the ILC, the Innovative Learning Center, as a tutor, helping guys out. What we do is we try to broaden a man's horizons, give him a sense of what he can do and what he can accomplish by stimulating his mind, getting him to learn some things, bringing up his level of education to where it needs to be so he can go out in the workforce or, you know, into society and be productive.
Today we stand on the edge of the biggest and boldest program expansion in Helping Up Mission's history. In early 2005, we started an $8 million capital campaign to build a community of hope. This campaign will provide the funds to renovate 70,000 square feet of building space, and deepen the services that we presently offer our program members. But for this vision to become a reality, we're going to need the help of thousands of modern-day Good Samaritans like you.
In August, Helping Up Mission acquired 1023 East Baltimore Street. With that acquisition, the mission now owns the entire 1,000 block of East Baltimore Street. The architects are currently working on Phase 1 construction drawings, which will consist of the renovation of 1023 into living space for 210 men in the spiritual recovery program, in addition to a 250-seat dining hall and commercial-grade kitchen. This construction is expected to begin in the spring of 2006. Phase 2 construction of 1029 will consist of the renovation of the building into a new 300-seat chapel, program offices, space for overnight guests, classrooms, and a new laundry.
I'm standing in the program office with our program staff, and we're committed to building a community of hope. In order to do that requires adding depth to the spiritual recovery services currently offered at the mission.
Achieving this goal will involve strengthening current staff through training and development, and adding new staff that will allow us to better meet the needs of the men that we serve.
Our aim is to provide the most comprehensive recovery services in the state of Maryland. During the next 3 to 5 years, we will hire certified addictions counselors, pastoral counselors, an alumni community support administrator, a vocational counselor, social workers, a staff nurse, a staff psychologist.
One of the primary ways that the Helping Up mission impacts the Baltimore community is by helping men who were once a burden on the local economy to become good, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. Building a community of hope means expanding Helping Up Mission's vocational services program to help more men gain full-time employment. To accomplish this aim, we need hundreds of Baltimore employers to partner with Helping Up Mission to get men back to full-time jobs.
As we work with the men to find full-time employment, many of the men run into serious obstacles because of their past. People who know the Helping Up mission understand how hard these men work at achieving lasting recovery and how valuable they will be to local employers.
New Creation Staffing Solutions is a nonprofit temporary staffing company established to advocate for the men in the marketplace. We partner with Christian-owned companies and socially concerned companies that will allow the men a chance to prove themselves.
In our first 2 years of operation, New Creations paid over $350,000 in wages to the Helping Up Mission men. 4 men were employed full-time with our clients.
With the assistance of local business owners who desire to make a real difference in the Baltimore community, we will do our part to help build a community of hope.
Imagine for a moment over 300 men living here on the 1,000 block of East Baltimore Street, and they are working a comprehensive spiritual recovery program, overcoming alcoholism, drug addiction, poverty, and homelessness. And on this one site are all the resources necessary to move forward in life. And they are supported by a quality staff with hundreds of volunteers. And all of this is happening in newly renovated facilities. The vision of Helping Up Mission is to see Christ rebuild the character of every person who enters the spiritual recovery program, enabling them to have a continuing walk with Christ, to overcome the power of addiction, and to contribute to family, to church, and to community. Won't you help us take back the streets of Baltimore? Won't you help us make this vision a reality? Won't you help us build a community?